Welcome, Cartwright team. The training video you are watching covers the Protexus handheld and backpack electrostatic sprayer. We will be covering what is included in each box, their general components, and their proper use.
Hello, my name is David Doan. I'm with Protexus Earth-Safe Products. They make electrostatic disinfection sprayers and backpacks. Today we're going to talk about electrostatic disinfection. We're going to talk about the equipment and get you moving on that. So
I'm Rosie Kurtel with Laxey Sanitary Supply.
So we're going to talk a little bit about electrostatic disinfection first before we get into the equipment. So there's a lot of science behind electrostatic disinfection. You can talk about molecules, you can talk about atoms. I've got white papers, I got videos. We can do a deep dive on the whole process. If any of you feel like you need electrostatic, if you want to unpack and get into the white paper, get into videos, I'd be more than happy to provide that. But we're going to break it down and we're going to make it super easy for you to understand. So here's basically what it is. Electrostatic technology enables the disinfectant to reach the side, the underside, and the backside of any surface. The sprayer has an electrode in it that actually puts a negative charge in, atomizes the solution. The particles in the solution are then attracted to and uniformly coats all of the surface. So it actually works like a 3D model. It goes in. So that's basically it. That's easy. So the automotive industry has been using that for years to put paint and even coat of paint on vehicles. It's perfect. It's easy. It's concise, and that's basically what it does. You can spend hours cleaning and disinfecting a classroom, and you can go in with your quart bottle. You can go in with your rag. You can spray a surface. You got to wait 2 minutes or 5 minutes for it to dry. You've got to clean it up. You got to wipe it down. It's a two-part process, and it takes a lot of time to disinfect a classroom. So what we're doing with this is we're going to make it more efficient. We're going to make it fast. And one of the things about cleaning a surface, you're not going to get the entire surface, right? You're doing a one-dimensional clean. You're not getting every side, every piece of the surface. So this is going to make it fast. It's going to make it efficient. It's going to take disinfecting a classroom from hours to minutes. It's a great way to do it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to unpack. We're going to show you the equipment. We're going to show you how to put it together. We're going to show you how to disinfect. We're going to show you how to clean it, and then we're going to show you how to store it. So let's go. Okay, now we're going to move on to the backpack. We're going to unpack it. We're going to put it together. We're going to disinfect. We're going to clean it. We're going to store it, just like the sprayer. So this is the backpack box. We're going to open this up. And we are going to pull out a box. I'll open this up. We're going to have the instructions for you. We're going to have the cord for the charger, just like the sprayer. We're going to have the lithium-ion battery, same battery as the sprayer, 4-hour charge. We're going to pull out the charging unit, and we have our tool for the nozzle, and then we're going to pull out the sprayer. Okay, that is everything in this one box. Then we are going to pull out a mesh bag, and in this mesh bag is your cable. This is a handy storage bag as well, so we want to hold on to that. So we'll take the plastic off of this. We'll remove the plastic. Okay, here we go. We got the plastic off. We've got the power strap. We've got quick disconnects on the tubing, and they're the same on both sides. So you can't go wrong putting this in one way or the other. They're the same. And now we're going to pull out the backpack. So this is your backpack. This is a 2-gallon backpack, fully loaded. It's about 28 pounds. And we're going to show you how to strap it on, put it on. We're going to take the tank off. We're going to show you how to fill the tank. We're going to show you how to attach the tubing, and we're going to turn it on. We're going to show you the lights, and we're going to insert the battery into the battery case. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna start after we unpack it. We're gonna have our battery, our charger, just like the sprayer. We're going to plug in the charger, and we are going to charge the battery for the first time use for 2 hours. It's gonna give you 4 hours of charge. We're gonna do it just like the sprayer. You put it on, you snap it into place, and you have your lighting, charge lighting, power level, charge time. It'll tell you everything you need to know, okay? So we got a pretty good charge on it, so I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna show you how to load it into the backpack. So the backpack has a secured knob that keeps the battery covered in case you have any splash, in case you have any water that is anywhere. It doesn't get into the battery, it doesn't get in there, so it's very safe. So you open up the compartment, and you put the battery in. You'll see the battery goes in one way. You'll see the mechanism here, as well as the mechanism in the back. Put it in, close your cover, and make sure you tighten it down. So now you're safe, you're protected, you're good to go, okay? All right, and then we can turn on the switch. Here's the power switch. We'll turn it on, and this will give you your lighting to show you where your battery life is at. And we are at a full 100% right now, green lights. It'll start dropping down, and it'll go down to 20% at the bottom, okay? So that's how we know how long of a battery life we have. I'll turn it off, and now we are going to hook the tubes up. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect our power source, and we're gonna connect our tubing from the backpack to the sprayer. So as we saw in the last video, you pull the rubber grommet out, put in your power cord. It only goes in one way, as you can see here. It goes in one way, it won't go in any other way, and then you just take your quick disconnect, you put it on, snap it into place, you're good to go. Okay? Okay, when you put the hose on, it's a quick disconnect, so what you want to do is you take your hand and you can remove, you pull this back like this. So it's spring-loaded, you pull back, you put it onto the equipment, and you let it go, and it snaps into place, okay? Same thing on the sprayer. Your power cord only goes in one way, snaps into place. Take your quick disconnect, put it on, and now you're ready to go. Okay? All right, so now let's talk about the tank. So now we want to make sure that we put it on. We want to adjust our straps, and we're gonna bring Rosie in. We're gonna have her get it adjusted onto her back, and then we're gonna fill up the tank with the solution.
So now we're going to talk about adjusting your backpack so that it sits correctly on your back. So for starters, your harness will have a holster attached to it. You can remove this from the backpack harness, attach it to your belt loop, and then this is a really handy place to place the sprayer nozzle so that it doesn't fall while you're walking with it. So to adjust the harness, what we'll do is it's usually easiest to put it on a table that's roughly your height. This one's a little short for me, but it's okay. But it just makes it easier for you to pick the backpack up. So put it on your back. There will be 2 straps on either side of you. You can pull so that it's seated just above your hips here and is kind of nice and square on your back. You'll take the waist strap, buckle that, and adjust that as well so that it's nice and secure around you. And then if desired, there is also a strap that goes across the chest. This is not necessarily something that you have to wear, but if you would like to, there's the strap as well. So once we have our backpack on, it should be very comfortable and nice and supported well on our back so that we don't hurt ourselves.
Okay, so now we're gonna show you how to load the tank, and we're gonna remove it, load it with the product and the solution, and then we're gonna have Rosie put it on her back and show you how to spray it. So if you look closely here, there's a disconnect bracket up here. and you move it like that, and it'll remove the bottle. You want to take the bottle, the bottle, and remove it like that. So very easy. Disconnect, pull, up and out. When you put it back in, you put it at an angle, put it down, lock it into place. Okay? All right, so now, as you can see on the there's graduations. You got a 1 gallon and 2 gallon graduation. Fully loaded with 2 gallons of water and solution in here is 28 pounds. Fully loaded, this is going to cover 8,000 to 10,000 square feet. Okay? If you feel that 28 pounds is too much, you can actually just fill it up to the 1 gallon marker, and you will have 4,000 to 5,000 square feet to clean. Okay? So you still have plenty of square footage. If you feel the weight is just too much, fill it up to 1, and there you go. We have a wide mouth opening with a strainer, so we don't get any particles in there that gets into our sprayer and ruins the apparatus. So keep that in there. Wide mouth design. We are going to, for demonstration purposes, we're going to just put a little bit of product in there, a little bit of water. Okay. Where are we at? Now we're getting there. Let's put a gallon in here for demonstration purposes. How's that sound? Sound good? Let's see here. You getting there? Getting close. So now you want to put the tablets in there, and for this video training, we do not have the larger tablets that you use with the backpack sprayer. So these are the 3.3 gram tablets that you use with the sprayer. We're going to want to put the 13.1 gram tablet in, which is basically about 4 of these. It's going to look about this size. So we want to put, if we go up to 2 gallons, we want to put in 8 tablets. 8 of the 13.1. Make sure you're using the 13.1. Don't put the 3.3 in here, because that'll just, it won't be effective. It won't have the COVID claim. So you want to put in 8 of the larger 13.1 tablets into this tank. Now, if you're only doing 1 gallon like we're doing now, and if you don't feel like that weight is too heavy and you want to just put a gallon in, you want to use 4 tablets to get our COVID claim on 1 gallon. So 4 13.1 gram tablets in 1 gallon of water, and 8 13.1 tablets in 2 gallons of water. When you put it in, you want to remove your filter and then put your tablets in. Same thing as a sprayer. You want to wait 2 to 3 minutes for it to dissolve. So you'll put your filter on and you will close it and wait 2 to 3 minutes. You can wait, even longer, that's okay. If you put them in and you let it sit for 24 hours without a lid, you're going to lose your effectiveness. With a lid, this is going to get you 3 days of coverage. Okay? And you can put a sticker on here, you can label it however you want, but just make sure you don't go any longer than 3 days of coverage on the solution. Good? Okay, now that we have our solution in the water, we let it sit for at least 2 minutes, we're ready to put it on the backpack. And you want to put it in, as discussed earlier, at an angle. Push it in the back, lock it, and now you're ready to put it on your back.
Oh, that's because There's another thingy over here. Okay. Okay, so once you have your sprayer loaded with chemical and you've put it on your back, you just want to make sure one more time that your harness has been adjusted properly, you're comfortable, and everything is feeling right on you. So you will note that your sprayer handle has a lock and unlock button. When it's not in use, if you want to keep it locked, this will keep it from accidentally being sprayed. When you're going to spray, you'll just unlock it and then it'll allow you to depress the handle. And we have our power switch is just here to our left, so we can turn that on and then we'll be ready to spray. So just like with the handheld sprayer, the product inside the backpack is very safe, but if you would like to wear gloves, safety glasses, goggles, that is completely up to you, but we recommend it, but it's a very safe product, so you don't have to worry about it hurting you. And when we go to spray, we are going to move quickly, so let's press our trigger. The product is wrapping around our desks as we go, so we don't need to spray, get hot on things. You don't want to spend too much time or focus on an area for too long because we will leave puddles. And we really just don't need to do that. We can just keep spraying and moving. And when you're done for a minute, and if there's any residue left behind after that minute is up, you are more than welcome to wipe it away.
Okay, now that we've disinfected our surfaces, we've taken the backpack off, now it's time to clean it up and store it. So let's do that. So what we want to do first is remove the tank, and we are going to unlock it. And like we talked about before, you're going to pull it out on the top, grab the handle, and pull it out. Remember, you have 3 days to use this when you have the lid on it, okay? So you put that aside, and now you want to do the same thing you did with the sprayer. You want to flush out your line so you clean it all out, which is very important. So what you want to do is turn it on. You see the lights light up, and then you'll take it and make sure it's in the unlocked position, and then you see now we're gurgling, we're pushing the product out. We want to make sure it's fully dispensed. We don't want to store it with any chemical in it, or we'll have issues with the nozzle, with the parts. We want to make sure it's fully cleaned out. You can still see we've got some solution in the hose. I'm sure you'll edit some of this out. It does have quite a bit in it, so you want to make sure you're going to get a good 30 seconds out of making sure this is released all the way out of the tubing. Okay, we're still dispensing the product out of it. Just make sure that you get it fully dispensed out of the tubing and out of the tank, and you can start hearing it start to hiss and gurgle that the product is finally coming all the way out. Okay, now that we have it fully out of the line. Okay, now that we have the product dispensed out of the tube and we're fully cleaned out, flushed out, we want it to turn the product off, take the battery out. And so what you'll do is you'll go back to the on-off switch, turn it off, take the battery out by unscrewing the compartment, push down and out, and put this on your charger so you have it fully ready for the next time you disinfect. Close the door, tighten it back up, and now we can remove the tube and the power from the sprayer. So what we'll do is we'll remove that. There is a quick release on the power. There's a quick release on the tube. Same here, quick release, and quick release on the power cable. So now what you want to do is take the cable. You've got your nice mesh bag here. Store it, put it away. You can actually throw in your sprayer inside there. If you want. Close it up. And you are good to go. Okay. Good. Okay, so we already talked about flushing the system out, everyday use. You want to make sure the chemicals out of the system, disconnecting everything, putting it away. But for once a week, we're going to do the same thing we did as the sprayer. We're going to take this. Remember, there's only 3 days of efficacy in this tank, so we want to make sure if it's going to go past 3 days, we want to clean this out. And that would be a good thing to do when you do your once a week standard operating procedure of cleaning the nozzle and running warm water through it. So what we want to do is we want to empty this out. We want to put warm water in it, fill it back up, close it up, put it in the tank, put the tank in the backpack, just like we're doing a disinfecting area. And so now we have warm water in here. We'll have this all hooked up, and you want to run warm water through this once a week just so you can flush it out, flush out the sprayer, flush out the tubing, flush out the tank, and that would be a once a week procedure. Okay? If also once a week, what you want to do is you want to remove the nozzle like we did in the sprayer. And so you'll take your nozzle tool, up and down brackets, put it in there, turn it counterclockwise, pull it out, and now you have your nozzle that you can soak in a soapy water. You can soak it in a vinegar solution just to clean out the nozzle, clean everything out. Do that once a week, and then when you're done, you just put it back in, tighten it, turn it clockwise, pull it out, and there's your nozzle back in your sprayer. Okay. So if you're going to be away for an extended period of time, you're not going to be using this backpack for a longer duration. What you want to do is you want to clean it out. You want to pour out whatever you have in there, whether it be a solution, whether it be water. Make sure this is empty, and then you put the filter on, put it back together, and store it dry. Very important.
As a reminder, it's best to not store the battery in your equipment. So when you're done using your equipment for the day and you've cleaned it up to store it, your battery should be kept on its charger. It is okay to leave the battery on the charger for a period of time. If you have any additional questions about using your equipment, or if you need replacement parts, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to help get your questions answered and get you information on parts.